Ross.
I know. I look terrible. I told you I had a bad feeling.
I'll get you out of here.
There's no time. Montross set thermal charges. You have to get out of here fast. Vosa is on the moon of Bogden. You might still make it. Take this. I made this before he arrived. It will guide you.
I'm sorry, Ross.
I knew the risks. Get Vosa. Collect your reward. Just find something to live for besides the money. You deserve more. Now, go. Get out of here while you still can. See you on the other side. Django!
Screw opening cutscenes, here we are.
Oh, already started.
Yeah, I didn't see that one coming, did you?
Okay.
Pretty blunt, isn't she? Welcome to the moon of Bogden, or... yeah, I think it's the moon of Bogden. This is the Bando Gora's territory, in case you can't tell.
Well, it looks like you're toasting a bunch of flesh-eating Morlocks, so that's cool.
Wow, yeah, jeez.
Yeah, that's... get used to seeing that. See, these levels are interesting, because you know how there's only two types of Bando Gora? I think I've mentioned this before.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
I'll take your word for it.
That's pretty much all we're going to be seeing in this level, and in this very beginning part, it's completely melee, and if you don't jump up to those things, this ends up happening to you. At least if you don't have your flamethrower ready.
I don't know, that sounds like a pretty favorable outcome.
So it's like Left 4 Dead.
Yeah, pretty much, but at the same time, if a bunch of them get at you...
If you have the flamethrower.
Yeah, exactly. If a bunch of them catch you by surprise, you're pretty much dead.
Oh.
So there's a reason that we just got a checkpoint 2 rooms in.
By the way, he's Vicas.
Oh, yes. I am, and that's Adder, and
do we really
the other guy's that other dude.
Nah, I'm some asshole.
Fine, I'm not even gonna introduce you. So meh.
Do we really? Yeah, we're like, what, 18 videos in?
Well, what if this is the first episode someone watches?
Well, that's their fault.
There's always that possibility.
Well, fuck them.
Yeah, those assholes are not watching our videos.
This is why I don't do LPs.
Yes, this is exactly why. So anyway, back on track. The only enemies that we're going to be seeing here are the snipers, which I'm gunning down right now, and those melee guys, which have insane amounts of health for the fact that they're just melee guys.
They're just grunts.
Yeah, exactly.
I noticed something. It looked like you were actually manually aiming with your pistols. That was kind of new.
Yes, it's something that's possible to do, but you usually don't since you have lock on. But in that case, I kept locking onto the guy who was completely on fire, so...
Oh, well,
I decided to just go at manual.
Yeah, he's probably dead already, so that makes sense.
Like Metroid Prime. There's like 3 situations where you need to manually aim.
Exactly.
I thought it was something you could only do with, like, the sniper rifle.
So anyway, we're on this, moon.
Anyway, the moon, yes.
We're on this moon. It's pretty cool. It's actually an ancient burial ground for some, I don't know, obscure Star Wars thing, but then the Bando Gora took it over, and so now there's a whole ton of them hiding in these catacombs, and they're actually very nice set pieces.
Are we sure that's not a space station?
Are there ghosts?
It might be a space station, and the Bando Gora are sort of ghosts. So let's go with that.
You can light them on fire. They are clearly not ghosts.
I don't know. They're pretty similar.
Well, wait a minute, never mind. Ghosts can be lit on fire.
They can.
Because in that one game, Luigi's Mansion, you could light that butler guy on fire.
So that's exactly what it is.
Ghostbusters.
Yeah, anyway, this moon is pretty cool.
Ghostbusters, Luigi's Mansion, same thing. It is pretty cool, and we're actually going to get a pretty good view of all this scenery pretty soon, at least in the next few minutes.
This game has interesting scenery?
After we blow it all up.
I swear to God, this level has great set pieces. Like, this whole chapter does, to be honest. And I think I just took care of him pretty well.
Yeah.
Hey.
He's dancing! He's dancing!
I was testing out this thing where you actually automatically lock on even without it with the sniper rifle sometimes, but he was dancing, so I couldn't actually hit him.
It's like the Wild West.
It's like an old episode of Bugs Bunny and Yosemite Sam. Except the outcome was considerably different.
Ants farming! So you might have noticed we're sort of backtracking now, but we're doing it on the ceiling, or on the rooftop, so that's pretty cool.
God, those sniper assholes are annoying.
Yep, they're everywhere. One of the things I actually,
It's just like, you climb the stairs and suddenly, pew!
Yep. It's basically one of the big things about these levels are that because the two enemies are long range and incredibly short range, you really have to be ready to switch your weapons at a moment's notice. Especially because both of them can be pretty deadly to them.
You never really use that pause thing, though. It would make sense,
Yeah, well, that's just me not playing the game like I should.
So, even though you said that the melee guys have a ton of health, the flamethrower still one-hit kills them?
Yes, it just takes them a long time to burn to death. Especially the guys with, the skulls on their heads.
Well, obviously they have skulls on their heads because they drank the blood of their enemies and became strong.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, here I am looking for the secret, because you might have noticed a little earlier we could almost get to it, but it was behind a gate. It was behind a gate.
I saw something, yeah.
I almost said great.
It was kind of a gate grate.
it's much too fancy to be a grate. We can't cut that. Now that we've got the secret, we have to go back just slightly and go on to the other side and then continue going forward, because the whole point here was to make a gigantic circle.
I see.
And I'm honestly okay with that, because it's kind of fun just exploring around here. This was really one of the more open levels that they created in this.
I will give it that much.
For example, there's this cave. It serves absolutely no purpose. It's just kind of here.
There's not even any creepy posters of Sebulba?
Nope.
Damn!
Maybe they were gonna make another fan thing for him, but they just decided against it. And, whoa, what was that?
They didn't want to reuse the assets.
Yeah, probably.
Well, that would certainly be a switch.
A lot more of this level is just, wandering around and occasionally being attacked by some freak in black. But, that's okay. It actually builds up a very creepy atmosphere to it, to be honest.
Sounds like your average evening in New York.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, our whole plot was to get up here, which is where that one sniper was shooting us before we killed him with a rocket. And then we go even higher.
Ever higher.
Which actually affords us a very nice view of the entire thing if I can ever get all the way to the top. Might take a bit. So yeah, speaking of nice set pieces...
Ooh.
See, I told you it was pretty nice. The level design in the last level certainly kind of it gets a lot better. I mean, they have that gigantic ship's mast, and we can see that whole city we can go through, and we just fell off the edge.
Whoa. That was a little dicey.
Don't worry, it'll be a lot less dicey the second time.
Yeah, fuck ladders.
Yeah, I hope so.
Jeez!
Come on, man.
Don't even let me tell you about the third time now.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, you're just kidding.
Yeah, finally.
I'll count that as 2.5, because you got pretty damn close there.
I was pretty close. Also, more weird lines from Roz. In a second.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
A little earlier there. Sorry about that.
Run. You're the best bounty hunter I ever knew. And you
It seems kind of weird that she'd make a recording like this, like, when she knew that she was probably going to die.
Yeah.
And then talked like she was probably going to die.
And be so calm about it.
Huh.
Well, you know, some people, they're just okay with death.
Yeah, you know, it happens. Like that guy, I hope he was okay with death. Anyway, speaking of being okay with death, we're on to our second large set piece of the level. And actually this is pretty much the last area right here. I'm gonna let myself pan back over it there, and this is a swamp. It's a very nice swamp. And when I say nice, I mean completely evil. You know why?
Why?
Because it's actually a giant death swamp where you die instantly if you touch the swampy part.
That's close.
It's full of skeletons.
It is full of skeletons, but it's also full of Mandogora, and if you walk on it for too long, it starts to damage you.
Well, Benogora have skeletons, so, you know, technically.
Yeah, exactly. I will accept your answer.
Light the swamp on fire.
That would be pretty sweet if I could. Anyway, oh god.
Ow.
Ooh.
And
jeez.
that's why you don't miss. Another thing is that you'll stutter when you, land, like if you stay in there in the goop for too long, so if you're being chased, you're probably going to get caught, and they do an insane amount of damage, so you're probably going to die. Yep.
Nice.
These levels kind of up the ante for things that can kill you pretty quickly.
They're not screwing around.
Indeed, especially because I really don't think that there is any other way to get to that first platform that we're on now without
just gotta hit the ground
either
there.
falling in or jumping on one of those really short things.
Well, you know,
But luckily there's another way to go. And hey, wait, is that a skull?
is what a skull.
Hey, there are skeletons.
That's a big skeleton.
Just a big one. Is that a ribcage?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, that's totally a ribcage.
Okay, so this moon was a home to giants.
Something like that. I don't honestly know what's up with this place. But honestly, but really, it makes a very nice, like, level to go through.
Giants!
It's certainly not a factory.
Montross just landed.
Uh-oh.
I'll have to give him something. I'm a Toydarian. I just can't bear the thought of torture. Maybe I can send him to the wrong moon. Slow him down.
Well, that didn't
Goodbye,
work so
Jacob.
well. But hey, thanks for trying, babe.
Welp.
Anyway, it's pretty tough to get across that area, just trying to fly across.
Oh, hey, invincibility. And I still have nothing. This is shameful.
Yep.
I think there's like only one or two left in the game, so you won't have to.
Oh, wait, you've got a minigun. Cry some more!
A little late on the gun, but I like it.
They just gave it to you too, right there. Just right next to the ability too.
Yep. Ah! Now we get to wander through catacombs underneath the swamp.
Is it more powerful than the flamethrower?
It's stronger, yes, but it doesn't completely immobilize enemies, so...
I would probably
Right.
stick with the flamethrower if it wasn't a laser minigun.
when you're in a gigantic groups, sometimes the flamethrower would be better. I figured we needed a change of pace anyway, but then decided things were getting a little dicey.
I'm not complaining.
They had a good run.
Mm-hmm.
Much like Roz.
As I mentioned before, these levels don't have any bounties.
That's refreshing.
So you actually can spend a lot less time, or you spend a lot less time worrying about, oh god, am I accidentally killing this dude that I'm supposed to get? And more time worrying, oh god, am I accidentally going to land in a group of bando gora and get ripped apart?
What are you landing on? Gundam shields?
They
would've
might
said-
be
I
coffins.
would have said coffins,
Oh,
which would have more skeletons.
okay. I'll buy that.
Also, we're raiding Montross's ship. He's really not a nice guy. Look at those chains and that weird cockpit he has.
Well, you know, when you're a spaceship, you just gotta put chains in your spaceship. I don't know.
Spaceship in a spaceship. So many layers. Shit's deep. Oh god.
There's another guy just hanging outside Montross's spaceship having a good time. Wasn't a cutscene.
Yeah, exactly. Ah!
You got a friend.
They're multiplying. See, you just kind of see him in the distance, and it freaks you out. It's just one of the things I like about these levels, that, you know, they're a lot more atmospheric than the rest of the game. For once, we're not inside a factory.
And I'm so happy.
And oh,
Yeah,
Jesus.
I'm getting a bit of Fallout vibes here.
Jeez, he like punched you twice and you're almost dead. What the hell's up with that?
They do a crazy amount of damage, which is why we were lucky to get out of those first 2 rooms pretty quickly. But luckily, we're pretty close to the end of the level now, so we should be okay. Except for...
Looks like a dead end, Montross.
Been waiting for you, Django. Thought you might not make it.
Don't write me off until you watch me die, face to face.
You've come to the right place for a burial.
You first.
Ah, the hunt's nearly over. I can smell it. Voss is here, waiting for one of us to put her out of her misery. It'll almost be a shame to kill her. Imagine, Django, the power to send thousands of mindless assassins willingly to their deaths, to plunge the galaxy into anarchy.
Not much money in anarchy.
The money means nothing. The thrill of the hunt drives me. The moment my prey begs for mercy. The moment I take his life. You know this better than anyone. We're the same, you and I.
Now you're just being mean.
You're going to shoot me in cold blood? It's not very sporting. Not your style. Not the Mandalorian way.
You gave up our ways, remember?
For you, I'll make an exception. Just like old times, Fett. You and me, man to man, face to face. Only now we do this to the death. May the best man win.
I am the best. Always was.
We'll see about that.
Well, now it's on.
Well,
So, we have one last boss fight with Montross. And he's really pulling out all the stops this time.
so he's basically you. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, means and you know what that means? He's not a spaceship.
Does he have a flamethrower?
If he does, I don't think he uses it.
No, he's still a ship. He's still a spaceship. See, he can fly.
True, but we can fly. Then again, he did just take that rocket to the chest.
You're a
Well,
spaceship.
then we're a spaceship too.
There, that's the big twist. We're waiting for the end of the game.
God, why did you ruin it?
I can live with this.
Anyway, this fight's actually a lot, like, better than most of the other ones, I guess you could say.
I would say that's pretty accurate. He's like actually moving.
Yeah, exactly. He has a ton of weapons, he moves and fights you back. I can't just punch him to death, as I will unfortunately show. And it even has a special ending if you lose.
Ooh.
But not like I would lose. I mean, seriously, guys, come on.
Yeah, you've got a whole bunch of health left.
I'm fine. We're good. I hadn't even
Well,
noticed
you
that.
know, you're doing pretty well.
Yeah, he isn't really able to hit me right now. Also, I should probably mention that this fight is like an oh.
Go.
Ow.
I told you before. Vosa's bounty is mine. Save a place for me in hell, Django.
There's hell in Star Wars?
Yes. Yes, there is.
Well, there's another side.
Anyway, like I was going to say before we were so rudely interrupted by death, is that Montross also spews an endless stream of one-liners in this fight. Also, the epic music seems to have started. See, here's the part where I start trying to have fun and attempting to punch him to death. This ends about as well as it should when you're actually fighting a real boss.
Well, you know, he does have a jetpack. It's pretty hard to punch something that can fly.
Especially because whenever he
Step
gets
on you.
close to you, he just kicks you like 20 feet away and then steps on you. Yeah. So this time we're gonna skip this cutscene because you've already seen it once. I swear you're never gonna see it again.
It is nice that they keep his health the way it was.
Yeah, it's definitely, oh god, a good thing.
Ugh.
But let's finish this off. We're done here. Maybe. Oh.
Oh, he's still got 4 more lives though, so you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Not like this. I deserve a better death.
Don't be a sore loser.
See you in hell, Django.
Save a place for me.
No! Ah! Django! Come back! Ah! Feds! Damn you! Finish me!
What just happened?
Yeah.
They just started poking him. He was like, "Oh my god!
Started groping him.
I hate being poked."
I don't know. I guess the implication was that they were like ripping him apart or maybe eating him or
eat him or
something.
something? What the
I don't know
fuck?
what they do. The point
They're
is
not
Django's
zombies.
a badass and
They're
he
vampires.
walks away from his foe as he is.
It's like right when they appear, he already starts freaking out and like he's already getting hurt.
I don't know. Well, I think if like 4 or 5 of those guys were crawling towards me, I'd be pretty freaked out too.
Weren't they on the same side as him?
No, he was hunting for their boss too. That's like his whole purpose in this thing, and we just took care of that.
Oh, okay.
He was always like a third party. He wasn't.
Shows how much I'm paying attention.
Yeah, you've really been paying attention here. Ah, boy.
These intricate Star Wars plots. They're too much for me.
It's crazy, isn't it? But we're going to finish this video up for now, since we're almost at the end of our 1 minute. Join us next time for less dismemberment. I'll give it that much.